Presidential cabinet members call for a better long-term solution to fire problems in Montana. And one of the fastest growing communities in the state looks ahead to future projects. Plus, life-threatening flooding and damaging winds in the forecast for some folks in the south.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Ariana Lake. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke praises the professionalism of firefighters and other emergency teams coping with Montana's epic fire season, but he wants to put firefighters out of a job by using better forest management to stop these catastrophic fires every summer. And as Dennis Bragg reports, his counterpart over the Forest Service feels exactly the same way.
A week ago, the Lolo Peak fire was exploding in a wall of flame. Today, it was being refreshed by badly needed rain showers. But Zinke and U.S. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue are looking beyond this fire. Accompanied by Montana Congressman Steve Daines and Greg Gianforte, Perdue got his first look at a fire camp. The quartet's briefing was closed to the press, but some who attended tell me it was a frank discussion about not just fire management, but how the community has been stressed by yet another massive fire in the Bitterroot, something that's become an annual event.
When we get to fight a fire, the professionalism of our law enforcement, the departments working together, the state, it all works well. We're going to make sure that the Department of Interior and the Department of Agriculture team, because we're all team members, work together.
While Senator John Tester presses to solve the Forest Service's budget problems by changing the system so fires can be paid for like other natural disasters, Secretary Perdue would rather see a permanent budget change.
I don't necessarily want emergency funding, I want ongoing funding.
I want to say this is not about money, it's about management of our forests.
While there was some discussion during the press briefing about the need for funding to keep fighting fires, all four men talked more about the issue of forest management, getting ahead of fires so they don't happen in the future.
That's why we're here, trying to determine how we can get ahead of this. I'm not from Montana, but I wouldn't want these kind of situations having to live with on a year in, year out basis. And we don't want the people of Montana to either.
If we don't address the litigation issue, the frivolous litigation issues from these extreme environmental groups, we're never going to get ahead of this curve.
The leaders presented a united front on how to tackle the fire problem with preparation, discounting the idea that climate change is solely to blame. It remains to be seen how those details can be pulled together to satisfy all the diverse views on the wildfire issue. In Florence, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
Dry lightning and windy conditions a concern tonight for crews battling the more than 34,000-acre Lolo Peak fire. Tonight's containment is sitting at about 14%. And there's a new information line available for the Gibraltar Ridge fire burning in Lincoln County near Eureka. Take a look at this time lapse. It was taken yesterday over a period of about 8 hours. Most recent reports issued reveal the fire is more than half contained so far. This lightning-sparked fire has burned more than 3,600 acres. The new phone number to call for information is 406-272-2082. Type 3 management team took over battling it earlier this week. Pre-evacuation statuses have not changed this week. Those are listed on our website. Brand new tonight, the Missoula County Sheriff's Office issued new evacuation orders and warnings due to the Rice Ridge fire near Seeley Lake. 2 cabins are now under an evacuation order along Forest Service Road 17507. An evacuation warning has been issued for residents in the Cozy Corner Meadows area. There are 15 homes in the warning area added. This also includes the Black Canyon Ranch. Today's cooler temperatures and much needed rain came to a relief to both those fighting the fires in our region, basically anyone who is ready for a break from this hot and hazy weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost with an updated look at our conditions. Aaron.
Yeah, 75 officially for that high today in Kalispell, 4 degrees below average. We picked up 0.08 of an inch of rainfall officially at the airport. Of course, some folks may have seen a little bit more than others, but hey, we got some moisture in the bucket. Right now, we are starting to see things quiet down and clear out. A lot of activity continues for folks just to the south and southeast of us as that cold front continues to race into eastern Montana. Up next, we have a ridge of high pressure that's going to slowly build in. It's going to be a strong one, though, starting late this weekend into early next week. We've got some serious heat and dry conditions with more haze. A full forecast update coming up.
Thanks, Aaron. Firefighting costs continue to soar this week, and with 7 new fires breaking out in the northern Rockies region and multiple large fires still growing, the $127 million price tag will keep going up for weeks. The Lolo Peak fire has cost $26.5 million, making it the most expensive fire in western Montana this season. The Sunrise fire burning above the lower Clark Fork Valley has cost $26.4 million. The Sapphire complex remains the largest fire at nearly 39,000 acres, and it cost $26 million to fight as of this morning. Rice Ridge burning above Sealy Lake has cost nearly $18 million to fight, and the Liberty Fire burning east of Arlee tops $11 million this week. For people whose property is in the path of one of the wildfires burning across our region, there are steps you can take to protect your home. MTN's Augusta McDonald visits the largest fire equipment store in northwest Montana, where they've been working overtime to keep landowners and companies well prepared to fight a wildfire. Take a look.
One company stocks their shelves with equipment homeowners living in wilderness areas can use.
It's been a crazy summer here at Axman, where they're selling pumps and gel and hoses to people and organizations that are trying to protect property in the western Montana wildfires.
Fire ice is one key ingredient to fireproofing anything from garden plants to roofing. Corey Koski showed me how it works.
Okay, so the first part of this demonstration, I'm going to show you that yes, this is a stick and it will burn.
Fire ice turns from powder to gel when mixed with water.
With fire ice on it, and as you can see, I mean, we can stand here all day long and it will not burn. And you can see up here where it's not on there.
I had to try it out for myself.
So you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna move it in closer. So just tell me if it's getting too hot. You good?
Good. Oh, a little hot.
Yeah.
Woo!
So it will get warm, but you know, if you did that on your bare skin, it would literally just burn your finger completely off.
Homeowners have a few different options to apply the gel.
So this is a personal water container. You just pressurize it with the air compressor until it's in the green. And what Fire Ice has done is they've got a different nozzle that you could add onto it. And you fill this with water and you dump this nice little bottle in here.
This is called the HDU wand, which works fabulous. Each bucket of fire ice, which is down below me, will cover 1,250 square feet once the nozzle is adjusted correctly. Or if you do own a pressure pump, this is their large 1.5 inch eductor.
Fire ice is one of many ways homeowners can protect their property. Reporting in Missoula, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News.
We have more details about the fire-resistant gel featured in this report and recommended reading material to protect your home. It's on our website, KAJ18.com. Kalispell City leaders are recognizing the recent growth and development of the Flathead Valley, but remain cautious of building up the area too quickly. During an event today hosted by the Kalispell Chamber of Commerce, 20 major projects were highlighted in our area. The event highlighted the tremendous amount of construction happening across the valley in commercial, residential, and community-driven areas. One person we spoke with say it's about finding a balance between developing too much and meeting the needs of this growing population.
Sometimes there's some great agricultural land that gets sucked up into development, but I think as a community we're doing a good job on infill, urban infill, which helps lessen that burden of urban sprawl, really, of growing out too far too soon.
City of Kalispell is growing at one of the fastest population rates in Montana, according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau. Hurricane Harvey is gaining strength as it barrels toward the Texas Gulf Coast. CBS reporter Weijia Zhang is in Corpus Christi, where the storm surge is predicted to be as much as 10 feet.
The National Hurricane Center is calling Hurricane Harvey life-threatening. The Gulf Coast of Texas is right in Harvey's path. Residents and business owners are boarding up.
Things can change, so I err on the side of caution.
Some beachgoers in Corpus Christi aren't worried just yet.
We figured we might as well get our beach time in before it hits.
For the first time, the National Weather Service issued an official storm surge warning covering most of the Texas coastline. The surge in Corpus Christi could be as high as 10 feet, putting people in low-lying areas in harm's way.
We are recommending in the strongest terms that if you live in those low-lying areas that you get out, and you begin to get out now.
Many businesses are already closed, anticipating Harvey's arrival. It's expected to make landfall late Friday or early Saturday as a Category 3 hurricane and stall out near the coast or just inland. Residents are stocking up on supermarket essentials as metropolitan areas like Houston brace for heavy rain.
If Houston gets 15+ inches of rain, there will be significant, if not catastrophic, flooding and associated property loss.
Forecasters say the downpour is expected to stretch into next week.
As it works its way back down to the southeast, possibly out over the open water, we could be seeing maybe a re-strengthening going into Tuesday.
Another ripple effect, gas prices hit a 3-week high with at least 2 refineries in Corpus Christi shut down. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Texas activated 700 National Guard troops and disaster declarations have already been issued in 30 counties. And coming up next, we'll take a look at our local weather. A little calmer here, but a stormy day across western Montana. But what's in store for the end of the week, we'll see. Plus later, we'll tell you about a way to support the men and women putting their lives on the line to fight wildfire.